Woo! Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome. I was just getting ready for work. Decided, you know what? I'm wearing my old Subway shirt. I used to work at Subway, and I'm just going to talk about Subway stories. And if you've worked at Subway, you have Subway stories. I don't care if you worked there a week or if you've been working there since you were born till today and you're like 97 years old. I don't think Subway's that old. Anyways, this one time I was closing on my own, and as many Subway workers know, it's very hard to close on your own because you're usually there for about 2 to 3 hours on your own trying to get everything cleaned. And also, when people who just got done with their workouts at the gym at 9:30 are walking into your store at 9:45 sweaty and wanting sandwiches, you make them sandwiches because you're still open. This was not one of those times. Instead, a whole family of a mother, a father, a grandfather, and their 3 children walked into my store at 9:55. I was 5 minutes away from locking the door, and this family of like a whole village walks up in there and is like, "Oh, are you still open?" I couldn't be like, "No, we're closed. I'm sorry, we're closed," because I had 5 minutes left, and I'm a good Christian boy, and I don't lie to people often. Okay, sometimes, but only when it's a funny joke or anything like that. So this lady walks in, and she's really nice at first. She's all, "Oh, I work at a Subway, so I know how your life feels. How like having people come in all late." I had to make not only the 6 sandwiches for each individual person, and for some reason their small child that can barely even say words was getting a foot long. They were taking home 3 sandwiches to the grandmother and 2 other people. I don't know who, they just mentioned the grandmother. So I had to make 10 sandwiches. 7, 10, I don't remember the number I said. I'm all over the place. Well, I patiently make their sandwiches. I'm a beast at making sandwiches. Ain't nobody makes sandwiches faster than me, except maybe my manager. She just like blinked and there was a sandwich created in front of her, and she didn't even know what you wanted on it. She just knew. Actually, now that I think about it, I really hope she doesn't stumble upon this video, because you're supposed to give back all your uniforms. You kept this Subway shirt because I had 2. A little bit awkward. Back to the story. So this lady being nice to me. She's being really sweet, saying thank you so much every time I put like 1 piece of lettuce on sandwiches. I get to the end, and I'm making a sandwich for her husband, and extra cheese for a footlong, if I'm still correct in my knowledge, is $1. This man says, "Can I get double cheese?" I say, "Of course you can." I ring them up, I charge them, and the lady looks at me. I believe it was like, I don't even know how much it was. It was a lot of money because it was a lot of sandwiches. She looks at me and she's like, "That's not right." And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "I got this many sandwiches, and they're all the $5 deal of the day, whatever it was." And she's like, "And it's a little bit over." And I'm like, "Oh, that's with tax, and one of the sandwiches has extra cheese." And she looks me straight in my eyes and says, "Oh, you don't charge for extra cheese." And at first I was like, "Yes, we do." But my brain was like, "Oh, maybe she thinks I charged for extra cheese when he only got normal cheese." And I said, "No, your husband got extra cheese, so we charged him $1. Oh, you just upset that I'm telling stories and you're gonna swerve in front of me? All right." She tells me, "No, you don't." And I say, "Yes, we do. My manager told me so." She said, "I own a Subway." And at this point, I'm like, okay. I'm sorry that you own a Subway and that you give away cheese, which is basically money. And she's like, "I own a Subway." And we don't charge for extra cheese. So you're telling me if I wanted all the cheese you have in my sandwich, you would not charge me extra for cheese? It's magnificent. And I said, oh, well, my owner says that we do here, so I have to. I'm sorry. And then she has the nerve to say, well, who's your owner? And I told her who it was. Don't want to give his name out here. And she's like, oh, I know him. And I don't, blah, blah, blah. She tried to give me all these kinds of reasons. She ends up yelling at me, is leaning over the counter. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm just trying to close my Subway and go home and sleep. I ain't trying to give you a hard time. It's $1 more. And it was toasted, so it's not like you'd be like, oh, I'll just take out the cheese and I won't charge you the $1. Nope. It was toasted. The cheese was melted. It was not coming off that bread. That's it. So I'm just telling her, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. And I had to say, I'm sorry, I can't more times than I've ever had to in my life. Just put it that way. She's like, well, I'm calling corporate. And at this point, I had it. If you know me, Jesse will probably put something funny in here and be like, yes, that's true. If you know me, I'm willing to put up with a lot. You can call me all the names you want. Actually, everyone at school calls me all the names they want. So, I'm used to it. I'm Mexican. Our parents make fun of us from the day we're born. We're used to it. It's normal. But if you threaten to take away my job, which is my way of living, how am I going to pay to live up in Minnesota and pay my school bill if you try to get me fired from Subway, which is like the most petty thing you can do? My family, if you say anything about my family that I don't consider funny, that's it. You lost me. Or if you steal my food. The only person who can steal my food is my girlfriend. And it's not stealing because apparently my food's her food and her food's her food. That's them the rules. She threatened my job. So I, in the most calm tone and the most professional, yet professional to show that I am salty, I say, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Go ahead and call corporate, but I'm closing down, ma'am. Thank you. Handed her receipt. That's how we do it. Do not walk up in my store and tell me, who closes every night on his own, who had to learn how to make sandwiches and charge sandwiches for a whole week, that I don't know what I'm doing. I know cheese is $1 extra. I know you put 6 tomatoes on a footlong. I know you put 6 jalapenos or bell peppers on a footlong. I know you put 6 olives on a footlong because Subway is stingy. Not gonna lie. I know that you do 3 passes of any sauce. I can walk back in a Subway, make my own sandwich, and be done with it. So that's the story for today. Might tell another Subway story and just include it in another video so that this video doesn't go on too long. Might be a part 2 some other day. I might wear my Subway shirt once again just for that occasion. I don't know yet. We will see if the Lord graces us with another day. Jesus, take the wheel. Oh no, I'm gonna crash. Never mind. Oh! And that's it. How do I shut this thing off?